you all into?
Try to buy as much as Hedron as you can, and then buy some HS size.
Yeah, I have zero
Zero
Hedron. I
heat.
swapped every single
Every
thing for Icosa.
Please.
I was wondering like how the mentality was on that, right? Like have people like taken sides like on Hedron, like learning their lesson in a way, like to their thought process, not learning a lesson, but on their thought processes of how
Everything
much
for
of it's
Icosa.
being burned, how much people are willing to actually give it up to buy those stakes, right? Or are they just sitting on their hands about it, waiting for bigger players to come buy them up and then just get yield in Icosa? Like I don't see too many people like going full 100% all Icosa, like Mango said. And I say people like like more than just Mango, right? Like a bunch of people are all just right into Hedron. I see people like riding the fence and playing both sides through this game of game theory. And what do you guys been hearing about all that lately?
Yeah, I think Sogs is the same. Sogs is different too. It's like I think Sogs he's still holding all of his Hedron. He didn't like for me and Mike for Watts a Guide. Where he convinced me from a lunatic he is, like he convinced me that that's the best play for dealing all with Icosa, basically because of the yield you're getting of Hedron off of the Icosa stakes. And so within the first year period, like the amount of Hedron you can yield off of, I forgot how you describe it. So it's like basically what you can get staking for like a native stake for Hex, you can basically get like 30 times that yield if you're actually staking Icosa. So that was like kind of the thought process is if if I can get 30 times more yield of Hedron off of an Icosa stake compared to a native Hex stake, then I'll just swap every single bit of Hedron I have for Icosa because over time I'll be yielding both Hedron and Icosa, as well as eventually I'll basically get my principal back that I invested in initially to swap over to Icosa. And it might not work out, but the math that he was doing that I have no idea how to do, it seemed pretty good. So roll the dice.
I mean, the game theory on that is pretty fucking sound because I mean, like, depending on how much Icosa that you do have staked, then obviously those variables change, right? And those variables aren't always constant, which means that you're gonna have to be inside the chat, like, really like woot saucing up the whole auction thing, right? To get more people to go burn it, so that way you can
Yeah,
have people buy them, and then you want to run the game theory on using the buyback function so that way you get paid that Hedron, right? Because
yeah,
that's what has to happen. So I mean, it's like a 2-for-1 there. You get your bonus, you get not bonus, but you get your yield in Icosa because people are buying the suckers, and then you want to talk them into the reasons why the game theory would suggest that they'd want to use the buyback function to increase their pool. So I
yeah,
mean, as long as you're successful in doing that, then it's a really sound game theory on it, right? And then
yeah,
all the while, like you're the one, how many people are sitting there with like no Hedron left because they participated in that, and then they go watch a green candle start happening, right? And then they're like, I
yep,
gotta go watch Hedron, and then it's just like a back and forth type deal there. So I
yep,
mean, I think it works for you either way, honestly. No matter how you play the game, it's gonna. We said this at the very beginning, didn't we? That it's
yep,
like
exactly.
it's really reflexive. The system is reflexive. So when one side goes parabolic and the other side goes down, then it just kind of balances itself out through just
Yeah,
market movements on its own, right? And it's a guessing game, right? Too. So you got to be careful. Not, I don't know. I don't know how to be careful. Really, I don't know. That doesn't
yeah.
really.
It's like almost like all decisions are not bad decisions when you're dealing with like in this case, unless Hex continues to dump to zero. That's the only time that it won't work out. But otherwise, no matter what strategy you're doing, it's going to be good. Except just optimizing the strategy. That's where you have to really pay attention and maybe switch things up after each stake comes undone to ship things around possibly. Because that was my biggest question to Watsa was, okay, so say like he's doing his whole 90-day staking strategy. I didn't want to deal with a lot of wallets, so I just went with the 180-day strategy. So my biggest question for him was like, well, what do you do after those first 90 days? Are you taking the yield from all those wallets and combining them into a single wallet to make a bigger wallet, and then taking those principles and just restaking the principles as they were? Or like just like you said, again, it's like dynamic, it's fluid, because all depending on the market, that's kind of going to depend on what you're going to do with all those other wallets, because it's a lot of wallets too. Like if you have a decent bag, you're dealing with a lot of wallets for 90-day stakes, and until there's more supply, you won't be able to stake more Icosa for a 90-day period. Like right now, it's like whatever it is, like 192 or 190 max Icosa for 90-day stake. That's why I just went with the whole 180 day stakes, because I was able to have way less wallets to deal with, which is just I don't want to make it a job dealing with unstaking wallets and moving things around. That's just my choice.
I think that the
Right.
oh, go ahead, Christy. Sorry.
I was just gonna say this game has changed so much, like in just 180 days, because the dilution on those lower end 90 day and even 180 day, you can see the dilution a lot faster. So it really has changed. And then not only that, now we're at a point where if you do a 270 stake, a shark stake, you're looking at coming out on the second or the first one after the first year. So that whole month or 90 days, you won't have that seeded liquidity. You'll be set with just hoping that
What you
the
got
system
exactly,
is
yeah.
I have a theory with nothing to back it up, but what if Alex made something else, whatever the hell that may be, right? And starts promoting it and saying that there's going to be a coin that comes with it that's going to get airdropped only to the people who have HSI stakes for Hex.
I think he could possibly do a V2. Because
you know what that would be? That would cause for people to want to go to these auctions to buy more of those HSIs and cause for more yield to happen through the Icosa side, the Icosa pool. And this is just a theory of mine. I don't have anything backing this up. Alex didn't say jack shit about any of this stuff, so I don't feel like it's foul to say, because I don't have any proof to back it up. But it would make sense to do something like that. Like, I think that the interesting part about it would be to do that. It only gets airdropped to HSI stakers of Hex, not native stakers, just HSI stakers. And I don't know if Alex would actually do that, right? Because that's kind of like going against the grain of the ecosystem that we're in. And I don't think that's what he's here for, right? But if the thought process was exactly like what you said, Christie's, you knew that seeded liquidity was gonna like come to an end there, then you can kind of do it in the community, do it like that, and the community would be more incentivized through this other thing and this other coin to participate even further in with the HSIs themselves. And then of course, the native stakers wouldn't be the ones dumping this other coin, right, that comes out. And it would be like another infinite money printer type of ideal when it comes to Icosa tokenomics, Icosa game theory, right?
I think, God, I hope not. I mean, it would be great to have another free whatever, but I think really a solution would just be to somehow come up with something where funds can be pooled to automatically have those stakes, open.
You can't
Those
say
pooling.
you don't want to
No
say
more pools, please. No more pools.
And don't use the term automatically either, because that's not possible on the blockchain. It has to be a public function of some sort.
Right.
Which almost all the public functions that we have, Nobody uses that. Like, you see any rando person going through and using the benevolence function? You see a rando person going and using seed liquidity function? Nah, we know who uses that function, right? And if you can incentivize the community to use just the basic protocol, not the public functions, but just, go use the DApp with the buttons that are there and just do your, what you'd normally do as a.
Or imagine that every time that you use that function, you mint some new token, a new one.
Not a,
That
oh,
would
you're
be
saying like
nice.
a completely different function than ones that already exist?
Like if you do the benevolent function and even every time that you use it, you can mint a new token that is built on top of the contract.
So you're saying, like, as a function of the benevolence function, that it causes for another smart contract to mint coins to your wallet? Huh. Huh. That's interesting.
More tokens.
That would
Well,
be easier probably to do because it's been done.
Well, okay, I can build off of that thought process. Like, okay, not I can build, but I can build thought processes off of it. So in my point of view, like, Icosa has more room to grow still. I mean, look at the functionality of an HSI. You can tokenize it, right? You can tokenize it. You can sell it wherever you want. And right now with Icosa, you can't. If you make a wallet, you're stuck with that wallet right now, right? So there could be another function, I suppose, that with another coin that maybe even has an incentive for the benevolence function, like you said, that would allow for you to have Icosa staking, right? Like the Icosa staking that we have right now would be considered native. And then this other thing would be considered like the HSIs, right? It'd be Icosa stake instances where you could do that. I mean, Alex is fucking absolutely capable of doing that type of stuff, right? So I mean, in my point of view, like, he has all sorts of options now with what he's already built already to go in like multiple different angles of things that he's already proved that he's capable of doing. So that would be fucking sick, right? Like, imagine that announcement, right? That'd blow everybody's fucking pants off. And then also make it so that it only gets dropped to the HSI like stakes holders. Also give a different incentive also, besides maybe just using the public function that mints these coins. Because like you said, if the SA wanted to gain and have control of this other said asset, it could use the benevolence function more than anybody else potentially, and also be the largest holder of it, or just, I guess, create something in the code that when people do it, it gets minted, I don't know, half the amount of the coins, or 1-for-1 of this new thing straight to it. Like, yeah. And then we would know that the SA has control of it, and then the rest of us can just sleep well at night, right? Knowing that we got this entity that's protecting the asset. I haven't really, like, I guess, vocalized my thought processes on like how these things could be advanced even further. And then we have like cool ideas like what you guys have been mentioning already too, which expands my already had thought process about it, which is kind of neat. But it doesn't mean jack squat. Like I said, I've got literally nothing that suggests that any of that stuff is actually going to happen, right? As far as what Alex has actually said is he's happy with how everything is, and that's the way that it's going to be. And then he's on to building like other things that Pulse Chain needs, which is obvious, right? Foundational structure and servers and things like that for that. Who knows? I know that he's made a couple. He said a couple of things that he would like to do in a couple of chats, but I'll leave that up to him when he decides he wants to make those like public announcements. If he does decide to do it, you know, like whenever he says stuff, he doesn't definitively say that he's doing something. He's a really smart kid, so he just says that he'd like to do stuff. If somebody else gets to it first, then whatever, right? At least it would save him some work to have to do it. But when it comes to building on top of like his own projects, I would prefer for him to do it than anybody else, right? Like I'd heard about Maximus and all their stuff that they did with Polly, and I was just kind of like, ugh. I don't know why. There's just like this off feeling about it, I guess. You know, and I didn't have that feeling with Maximus or like the rest of their stuff with Hex. Like I didn't get that feeling for some reason. But I think that was only, well, I say for some reason, but I know the reason. It's because I know that Richard Hart is not a coder, and that he isn't going to build this stuff on top of it. He already said he wasn't going to build this stuff on top of it, and it'd be cool if this stuff existed. Therefore, here comes Alex and his existence, and here comes, you know, the Maximus guys and their existence, and then you know, it just seems kind of off a little bit to have. Now you got Richard at the top, and then you got Alex, and then you got, not at the top, you got Richard at the bottom, and then you got Alex that splits off up, and then you got Maximus that splits off up, and then you got Maximus like going sideways instead of going up. He's coming sideways at Alex's stuff instead of going up. And Alex is always talking about how he wants to go up, right? And that's what interests me more in the ecosystem, is that he wants to go up into the stuff that we need and the stuff that's more interesting. And then Maximus is like, no, we're going to go sideways, and we're going to code some stuff that they said it was definitely going to work. And then like, you know, I feel bad like even talking about it, right? And then we all know what happened with their contract. And I hope that in 15 years that it all works.
But you know they're talking about maybe a V2.
Yes, I do know that. Yes.
Okay. All right. Didn't know if you knew that.
Well, I think that like some of the guys that are,
You're good. Sorry.
okay, I think some of the guys that are like really intimate into the, you know, the project and knows like all the information about it, have suggested that if they want to build stuff like sideways into our community over here, then they should come over here and like talk to the community, like talk to all of us about like what our suggestions are. Like we obviously know way more about this stuff than they do, right? Otherwise if they would have came and talked to us, then the problem that they had may not have happened. And that's to say that it wouldn't have happened isn't true, right? But maybe they wouldn't have had that happen, right? And everything would have been great. It would have been kosher. Like maybe they could have, again, I'm saying they could have avoided some situations and maybe even had a better product, right? Because right now in the situation that they put themselves in, the product in which they were going to have, like let's say it was 100%, is now not a better product potentially because of it. I mean, there's stuff locked in contracts that can't ever be touched ever again. And oops, right? But we'll move on, right? It's fine, whatever, we'll move on. And if they want to go build more stuff on it, or they want to like, I saw some conversations about how Gold Key was talking about community members are talking about how they think that it would be beneficial if they did something for the Watts, like to the Watts pool. Excuse me. And that's when I was getting the feeling and seeing the commentary more like they should come talk to us about this shit before they go do anything else.
Bro, did you just say did you just say that they might think about doing something with pooling of Wattses? That's, oh my god, that's
Yeah.
that's no.
I know. So like Gold Key made that statement and he's like, lots of people. And then like the conversation that I was watching, which was like made sense on like our side over here, we're like, dude, like 5 or 6 people, maybe at most 10 people said, yeah, just do it without knowing what they're talking about. And they don't come into our community to like ask us about it because I think that they're scared. They already know what we're going to say. And they think that they know what we're going to say. And they're just going to get started on doing like they did last time, doing whatever they're doing, and then come in here and try to convince a bunch of people to give up their coins to go to this other thing and not really even take into consideration that we might have something to say about it. 10 people override like the 6,000 people that are in Hedron and the almost 5,000 people that are in Icosa that will say what they feel. They will.
Yeah, what they've already created so far has been like amazing and great. Obviously, excluding Poly, but it's like, dude, like you guys won. Like, be victorious. Like, you guys created amazing staking pools. Like to bring Watsons into it, or the idea of bringing Watsons into it, that's a little scary. It's like, I guess I don't know, because like even with the Hedron thing, it's like that's cool. I like the fact that you locked up so much Hedron for eternity, but I don't know, like the Watson thing is a little more personal for some reason.
I love how you think about that and just say it like that. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. It's
The sad thing is
yeah.
though, had they have not done that, that Hedron would have been burned, or the majority of it. What is it? 85% of it would have been burned, because the people that participated to participate in the auctions as a group. Now it's just a stake. So now it's out of supply for 15 years. It would have been out of supply forever, and plus everyone would have got more Icosa yield, which would result in like demand in Icosa increasing potentially, because why do we hold these things to make yield? Like the more yield, the more appealing to the next guy. John's friend, Simon's friend, Sally's friend, or whatever, right? Like, so yeah. But yeah, I'm making some sandwiches for my son. But yeah, I just thought, because it would, I've always thought that, like, I wish it was just, and not to say anything's good or bad. I'm just saying, like, I wish he was burned forever, not just for 15 years.
Hell yeah. But I think that he was saying is that like the stuff that got stuck got locked up forever. Like never going to be able to pull it out of the smart contract is what he was saying kind of about that.
Oh yeah, those hex stakes you mean. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I thought you meant the Hedron, sorry.
Yeah, they're never going to be able to mint that Hedron ever. But they did have, there was Hedron that was burned, right? From their own pool of people.
Yeah, I guess, to win those HSIs. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
That's what I was, I get that's, you said it better than I was trying to say it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like, overall, like, there's going to be, like, remember Mike from Rapid Innovation was saying, like, they've had, I can't remember the number. I don't want to, like, misquote it, but, like, I think it was at least 10, but let's just say 6. But it just, even if it was 1, it was food for thought. But he said that already X amount of people have already gone to Rapid Innovation and had products built for Pulse Chain. Obviously, he couldn't share who or share names or ideas of the things because, he's, that's the company and they have confidentiality with the client. But point is, it made me think, I was like, holy shit, like, there's these, at least let's just call it 6 people, but I think it was at least 10. But anyway, there's these 6 people that have protocols that we're unaware of. We don't know they haven't been promoted. They're ready to go when Pulse Chain launches. We don't know what they are. Random people, we don't know who they are. And I thought to myself, like, how many people went to other companies? There could potentially be 100 things ready to launch on Pulse Chain, right? Copies of Balancer or this lending protocol or this lending protocol or the plethora of this DeFi that I don't even participate in, like all the other stuff, these yield farming things. And, and for example, like look at, for example, Fiat and Famous. It's like that kind of stuff. right? Imagine there could be 100 people lining up, and it's, you know, who knows if there is or not, but it's just food for thought. And like, some of them will all succeed, some of them won't, but some of them will be really good for our ecosystem. And it's like, we're always kind of like, what's 6 months look like when moon, and but it's like, you know, really try and grasp what does 5, 10, 15 years look like. Because if we really are in it for the long run, if we really are staking for the long term, and we're going to stay around for, you know, for the people that's in the chat, for the people that are around even right now, it's like, you know, sometimes for me, for sure, I'm so guilty of looking to, you know, I'm looking at tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. But like, when Pulse Chain launches, it could really be everything we expect and more. You could be a lot of adoption from all these other protocols. Like, maybe people that are not even in the community have built for Pulse Chain. Who knows? But yeah, it's just food for thought. I'm going to actually ask Mike now how many people it was, because there could potentially be even more people by now. So yeah. But yeah, I digress.
And Mike also is building pre-Pulse Chain other stuff like games. And I saw that in his chat he was asking, like, I just saw that he had a vote thing that was up there that was like, if whatever's being built, if we build this thing, would you guys prefer that it's dropped to people who have staked Hedron in the Hex Marketplace, or to Pulse Chain, Pulse X sacrificers, or something else? And I kind of wanted, obviously, like, it would be better for his project if he only airdropped it to less people, because airdrop coins for free tend to get dumped unless that was part of your tokenomics, right? So then he wouldn't have a vote if that was the case. He'd just do it that way, right? Instead of asking people one or the other, which is obviously less people here, or 100,000 people over here, or 130,000 people over here. Like, what is your decision, man? Don't ask us, right? Whatever you think is best for whatever you're doing there. Oh, booted. Later, Hobson. Adios.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh, somebody came in with a erroneous name. Assalamu alaikum.
Yalla, yalla.
Adios, sucker. Get out of here. I got rid of him so fast y'all didn't even see what happened. I had already vetted their groups in common. Didn't like their commentary. They can talk to No Man Shanty if they want back in. Anyway, yeah, that's a good thought process there, Nomad, about the Pulse Chain stuff.
It's like, some people have built, and it just made me, I'd never thought of that. So it made me think, well, how many blockchain companies are there? How many people could have potentially gone to the others? You know, let's say there was 10 companies, 10 people went to each one. That's 100 products. Say 20% of them succeed in a big way for our ecosystem. That's 20 things. Shit. And like, look at Binance Smart Chain. Like, it launched, I was saying this earlier to someone, it launched empty. No coins, no users, no stuff. No, nothing. They did a fork of Uniswap, PancakeSwap. They did a fork of Balancer, whatever that's called, which is like a lending, like whatever, DeFi. And then 2 other things, which are just kind of like Balancer, Aave-ish kind of things. Maybe a copy of Aave was one of them, actually. And then another one that's like a quasi, same kind of stuff. And then they had to like do this bridge, which again was like a quasi bridge / like, you put in USDC and then we'll spit you out native BUSD. So it's not actually a bridge. It's like whatever. And then they had to market it and bring users. Like, so even if we just launched with that model and someone made a copy of Uniswap, copy of Balancer, copy of Aave, copy of something, we already have a copy of Aave, by the way, and a copy of Uniswap PulseX. And then we just have to bring users, us, market for some more users, other people, and then have some currencies dropped onto the chain. Like, that business model is proven with Binance Smart Chain. Like we have every single thing that's on Ethereum already there, all the coins already there. And really, what do the coins represent? They represent an end user that has access to them. And so, like, we already, like, you can cut the marketing part out, because who doesn't want to come over and at least, you know, have a look around, you know, get some free money and leave? At least that, right? Like, you're going to want to do that if you hear about it. And then, like, also people extra that's built on top. So we already have everything. And sure, just because we have a copy of Aave 1-for-1, it doesn't mean Aave are going to come over and use it. But then someone can make a clone of it. So we have the option of whatever Binance Smart Chain had, plus the original owner of the Aave protocol can come over and make a front end for Pulse Chain and use it. So it's just like, I just feel like it's already proven business model. And now it's just infinitely better. Plus, we're now forking ETH 2.0, which some people don't like. I love, because it means we're afforded all the benefits that ETH 2.0 has in the future, or Ethereum. It's like not ETH 2.0 anymore, is it? It's just ETH, or Ethereum, should I say. So Ethereum in the future gets updates, we get updates. Like, and that's what's brilliant. And in the same sense that, like, Richard's devs fixed a problem in the Ethereum code before forking their first node of, like, you know, before successfully forking their code base, and then kind of running their testnet off of that privately and then launching a public one. So they fixed, because they didn't want to fork something that was broken. So before forking the Go Ethereum code base, it's like, well, they fixed something, uploaded it, and then it was accepted and introduced into the code. And same thing there. Anybody else, just random devs, other companies, other people building on top of Ethereum that update Ethereum. Do you know? So it's not just like these small updates here and there. It's like everybody that uses Ethereum benefited from Richard's devs fixing that thing. And so that's a powerful thing. So like, and that's just, I just personally am more bullish on Ethereum now, and more bullish on PulseX because of the tokenomics. It's kind of like PulseX now is the super deflationary thing, whereas, yeah. So in general, like, I'm way more bullish than I was. Plus, I was already bullish because of the other reason I explained. Like, this business model is proven without system state. System state is bringing over everything that already works on Ethereum, plus balances, which to me just represents an end user. So it's just like the perfect, and the AMM bot, which just neutralizes everything. So it's perfect. It's just, you know, like, it's been so long, like, maybe people lost hope, maybe people have lost excitement, maybe a bit of the two. And like, as soon as it comes, I think it'll be unexpected, and people will be so, you know, sure, there'll be people like, whatever, it took ages, but people will be so excited, and they'll remember why they're here, why they sacrificed. And so, you know, just like they'll remember if Hex Moons, and, you know, we fast forward another 12, 13 years, and people that have staked in the last couple of years end that 5555. No matter what you did in between now and then, you're going to remember why you staked when you unstaked that, and you have those lovely rewards. So, you know, I just can't wait, whether it's tomorrow, in 2 weeks, or 2 years. Like, I just can't wait for Pulsing to be a thing. And, you know, now we're just copying Ethereum 1-for-1 code base and state. It's just perfect for me.
I don't know about you guys, but after listening to him say that, I'm a little excited. Right?
Yo, I'm fucking jacked up, son. I'm jacked up.
Yeah. Especially for those who've sacrificed, right? It's demoralizing to be in some of those other groups and hear what people are saying, and you don't know whether they sacrificed or not. They just be shit talkers, right?
I don't even remember how much I sacrificed. Like, I haven't looked at it in so long. I don't even fucking remember.
That's something only something from New Jersey would say that, bro. That's such a good. I don't know how much I sacrificed. That's so good.
But yeah, everything you said is true. You know, it's already proven, so it's not like it's not like you're just pulling shit out of thin air, right? It's the model of it. You're right. I'm excited. When Pulse Chain, sir.
And like, not to say that it will succeed, but the model is proven, you know, like, so I've always been like super excited about it. You know, that's why we sacrificed. That's why we did what we did, you know, the groups that I was speaking with and whatever. But yeah, man, like, bear market especially is so easy to lose vision of, and I don't know how other people think. I don't know if other people do. I just ignore. I don't look at the chart. I don't look at my stakes, nothing, because it's just like whatever. But like, it's so easy to forget, I guess, why we're here. I would have thought, and like sometimes people jump in the chat for 10 minutes. They say a little, here's how my day was, and they leave like and remember, hey, like this is the community I signed up for, And I bet you in the bull run there'll be 150 people in this chat. But it's just like, sometimes it takes that happening to remember. But when you're losing money, it's and as well, like this is what I said to someone the other day. If you bought Tesla stock, you're down anyway. If you bought whatever you bought at the top, you're down.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's no Telegram chat for Rolex watches. There's no Telegram chat for Tesla that you can go and speak with like-minded individuals. And like, it doesn't mean like anybody's like, more, I know more than you, or you know more than me, or, I have a better positive mental attitude. We all have good and bad days. But when we all come together, it's like, it makes it at least a tiny bit better. Am I right? At least a tiny bit.
For sure.
And there's no Tesla chat you can go to, oh my God, guys, the price is down, I'm wrecked, So, I mean, it's at least better than that, because whatever you bought, you're down. Pretty much 100% of the things are down. So, yeah, it's food for thought, I guess. Bear markets are tough, and they will always be tough, and they always have been tough. Like, and the Great Depression isn't that just like a great bear market,
What's your argument for the fact that I'm seeing fucking female chickens walking around with Rolexes now? What about eggs? Sorry, I just had to make that joke.
You're being such a cuck.
Fun. It's funny. Yeah, eggs are ridiculous. But I mean, you're right about when the bull market hits, like all these chats are going to explode. Pulse chain, imagine pulse chain chat actually having people in it in their voice chat, actually talking about like things that other people are actually care to hear, as opposed to just the reasons why we ended up in these other chat rooms instead of there. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm actually gonna fucking go to bed here in about 13 minutes. Mango will be happy.
No, I'm about to go on lunch break too.
Yeah, if you have any
in
questions,
13 minutes.
Yeah, Mango any time of the day.
What happened?
I just said if anyone's got any questions about anything to do with blockchain, just DM Mango 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And you definitely don't do that.
I don't know if that was a troll or an actual slight.
No, I'm good at blocking people right away too. I get so many. Oh, I don't get so many DMs, but all the same shit.
Like,
I don't even look at most of them. I just block and delete.
You know what I do love seeing around 00 UTC, seeing like 60, 70 people in this chat, like talking about whatever it is that you guys are talking about while you're in here during those times. Since I can't participate because that's like dinner time and I'm going to have family time and shit like that.
War Dog, he's been taking some of the flame away from Watts and Mike, man. I feel a little bad for him. It's like he took away the thunder from Watts, a guy coming in and talking shit. Like for a long time and getting the crowd fired up, but then you got Warlord coming in and kind of stealing the thunder a little bit.
Did he stop finally talking about how he's really good at playing Mortal Kombat?
No, of course not.
That's like the only thing I've really heard. He's good at everything. Yeah.
Dude, Executioner, but have you ever gone to his actual YouTube and looked at some of the cartoons he's made?
Dude, yeah, like that shit's good. Bro.
Yeah, it's twisted, but it's fucking hilarious. The animation isn't obviously great, so I don't know what the fuck he brags about how good he is at animation. The animation sucks, but it's funny as shit. It's so funny.
I don't judge people's art. I mean, if he thinks it's great, that's all that matters, right? I guess. I like his attitude, right? I like that he, you know, he boosts himself up like that, at least.
Yeah. I think that's what psychopaths usually do, right?
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I didn't look at all of his animations. I saw the Pokemon one, and then we actually just today before I seen the second one, and that was just so funny, man, just ridiculous. I need to check out some of the other stuff he has on there.
Yeah, they're like parodies. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Just disclaimer: use a VPN in case he tracks you down.
Because he's probably really good at that too. But the only reason why he wants to track you down is so that he can play video games with you. He doesn't really care to do anything else. Because doesn't he say that he was like a professional video game player? Like he actually played in the circuits? Like that's what he purports.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what he says.
Yeah, he also said that he never worked in his entire life, and then 1 hour later he says that he delivered pizza and worked at a bar. So I wouldn't really rely on what he's actually saying. Take it with a grain of salt.
I'll just throw pepper in my eyes. That sounds more fun.
Ouch.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day when like McDonald's or like fast food restaurants used to have salt and pepper shakers that were plastic that they'd put on the tables, like every single table.
Oh yeah, old school. It's old school right there. Yep.
And little asshole kids like me when I was real young used to take like a nickel or a quarter and you'd spin it on the table. And then you'd take you'd pick it up so it's, you know, upright, and then you'd smash the bottom of the thing over the quarter. You know, quarters back then were like more significant than they are now, so that's why I would probably just use like a penny or a nickel or some shit. But it blows the whole bottom of it out, and when you slam it down, you slam it back down right where it was sitting at on the table. So when somebody comes and picks that thing up, it just dumps it all over the table.
Oh my god. That was a real long time ago too, because I remember when they actually had that. They actually had the shakers out on the table. But they switched to those stupid little 2 packets. It's like a little miniature pixie sticks, except for salt.
Yeah. That's right. It's because asshole kids like me that were going in there and ruining their fucking shakers. That was back in the day when you go trick-or-treating at for Halloween, and you go hit up all the fast food places and they'd give you free hamburgers and shit.
Yep, exactly. Mickey D's was one of them too. The McDonald's by us, they would do that. They'd hand out free cheeseburgers.
Yep.
Oh wait, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was sick. And then suddenly you go in there and they're like, nah, we don't do that anymore. And you're like, fuck, why not? We're kids, bro. Like, we don't have money.
Inflation.
Yeah. if I just would have known that McDonald's employees would have been getting paid $15 an hour, and I just would have started back then when I was like 10, then I'd be a Bitcoin millionaire right now. It's so funny. I said Bitcoin millionaire. I meant Monopoly millionaire. I didn't fuck that up myself. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Cause that shit was fun, man. I remember like you used to like have your friend that worked there, and they'd like take a bunch of the cups or take a bunch of the fry carrier things that had the little stickers on them and hand them over to you across the counter without, no food, just the things, so you could take all the stickers, and you'd have your whole entire Monopoly board filled except for one on almost every single one of those sons of bitches.
Mayfair.
Yeah. Joke's on you. I didn't have to buy $3,000 worth of McDonald's. Your own employees were stealing the
Wait,
things
so
and
is
handing
your
it over to
Monopoly? Your Monopoly is American.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit! So what's your purple? Like, what's the last purple and most valuable?
Oh, it's Boardwalk and Park Place.
No. Fuck. Where's this at? Yeah, that's just weird. Where's this at?
Boardwalk and Park
Place? Is
Place?
there one? Or is it just an American one?
I don't know.
Is it like a New York one? Like, where's the one you place at?
I guess I don't understand what you mean.
Like, obviously, my one's set in London. Like the British one is set in London. So, like, where's the? And then they do like that's the edition. So they'll do like a French edition. They'll do like a Wales edition or an Ireland edition.
I think it's because we have such a large country, man, that you have like Pennsylvania Avenue, Baltic Avenue, I don't even remember one. Kentucky Avenue.
Browns.
Right?
What's the Browns? Skid Row.
I think the cheapest ones are the purple ones, which is like Baltic Avenue, and I forget the other one. And
purple's the most expensive.
No, blue is the most expensive in the United States ones.
No.
Blue. Yeah.
It goes brown, blue. Bro, that's fucking no way.
Yeah.
American. Yeah. I'm googling this. American Monopoly.
What do you think? What do you
way.
All right, listen. Everybody that's in this chat that's listening to this conversation that him and I are having right now, that this is the conversations that Nomad and I have when it's just.
No, because I'm thinking. Imagine we did a Hedron Monopoly. Imagine we did a Hedron Monopoly. I was just thinking, like, that would be fucking crazy, bro. Like, cause, we'd have, so, no way. So your purple is brown. What? You don't even have brown. That's so weird.
Yeah, no, we got a green, a purple, a blue, an orange, a yellow, a red. I think that's it.
That's crazy.
Then you got the railroads, and then like the electric company.
Yeah.
That's all probably the same, but your railroads are probably called different things instead of B&O Railroad and Pennsylvania Railroad or whatever the fuck they are. I don't even. It's been so long.
I think I've only ever played like one single game of Monopoly ever. I was more a shoots and ladders type of guy.
Dude, those Monopoly games can go for fucking hours or days even, depending on
when someone picks up a chance, you gotta sing "Take a Chance on Me." But wait.
Yeah, I play a lot of Monopoly with my friends. Our average games is like at least 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but like Christmas, right? Like family Christmas, but the kids especially. Like I don't play anymore, but when I'm a kid, I always buy a Monopoly set for Christmas and take it to the fam, but they're always like, nah, put that away, bro. Right now is not, now's not the time.
Any Parcheesi fans in here? I'm a big Parcheesi guy. All right.
I don't know what that is.
I'm American. I've only heard of it, but I've never played it.
Oh shit! So guess where
Incredible
Mango?
fucking game.
Oh, Mango. Guess where the original Monopoly was located? Like the board was set. Guess where it was? Atlantic City,
Israel.
New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Israel, the original Monopoly. He's taking you literally, bro.
That's funny though. Atlantic City, huh? AC baby, AC.
That's on the film, honey. We're going to AC, baby. Nah, but
Yeah, man.
yeah, but that's funny how you like dislike it so much, and you could literally have the original from Atlantic City. Let's see what the. Yeah, so that one.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
look at the
dislike it.
original,
I just never played it.
Oh no, that's the British one. Oh yeah, no.
Like you don't want to be trying to play Monopoly like when you're having the family come from all over the place together, because it's gonna be divisive. Like people are gonna fucking hate each other by the time dinner's ready. You know, you wouldn't sell me the fucking railroad. Why are you being such a bitch? You know, like how come you gotta buy so many fucking hotels? I can't even, one more time across this board, I'm fucking done.
It's funny as well because the rules
We
say
grew up
that
playing a lot of
property, if you don't
Scrabble.
buy it, you have to auction it, right? Yeah, Scrabble's the one. Scrabble's the one. I used to when I was a kid, SEX. But yeah, like the rules say, when you land on a property and you don't buy it, then the banker has to auction it and offer it to anyone else. But I don't know anybody that plays that. Like, if you don't want to buy it, okay, cool, just continue the game, But the rules say you should be auctioning that property if they don't want to buy it, So there's a knack to it, bro. There's like a universally understood code of how it should be played, even.
In our rules, in like the rules when you open up the game here, at least in the United States, that it gives you like 3 or 4 different sets of rules on how you can play the game, and just choose which version you want to play. So that way you can play the long game that may take you hours or days, or you can play the sped up version of it type stuff with the rules being bent.
I see.
Yeah. Which back in the day, they didn't have it like that. Like you only played the one way. That's the way that you played it. And it was the original game. But now they have like all different types of ways to do it, I guess.
And do you know what we play? Like if you get a fine, not a normal fine, but when you get the fines from the chance or the community chest, all that goes in the middle. And then whoever lands on free parking gets everything in the middle.
That's how you play. That's like.
Oh no, sorry. So what do we do? So there's something else that we do that also goes in the middle, like extra. But yeah, I can't remember. But probably should make.
You get out of when you pay to get out of jail, that goes in the center.
Bro, surely you can do like digital Monopoly online that lets you like edit the names of the places. So we can do like the brown ones, like Dumpfer, and like the first, and like and like, dude, we could do that. And like the jail is like a 5555 stake. Can't get out.
And you got to use actual cryptocurrency.
And instead of like a get out of jail free card, it's like a EES with no penalty card. And,
dude,
we should do this.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Nomad, is you and I both know that when you create code, that there's only so many lines of code before you break it. Or like 1,700 lines or some shit like this. Like only so many lines. Like the game of Monopoly would break the blockchain in half. because of all the potentialities of the variables being changed on how you want to do it. I'm sorry. I just totally ruined that whole thing. Continue.
Oh no, sorry. I think Solex was just joking with someone in the chat, man. But I think yeah.
Like you know more than I do how many lines of code that you can actually have before it starts to get all fucked up. Like Alex told me one day, I just don't remember.
But yeah, but there's obviously a game, like you can play Monopoly online, but surely there's like a website where you can play and edit the names of the things, you know?
You can order custom games, completely custom games with you choose the name of everything and the pictures of the whole thing and have a custom game sent to you.
No.
You could even have them like all the pieces, the game pieces.
I'll
like
do that this second and I'll screenshot my order, bro. I'll do it now.
Dude. You can get all the pieces like the little dog and the boat and even
we can have it RH and Alex.
Yeah.
Custom.
And you can make them out of platinum. You can make them out of gold. You can have like diamond encrusted like pieces that are there in it.
You're taking the piss now.
No, I'm not.
No way. It actually is a thing, bro. No way.
Yeah, I know.
Customopoly. It's called Customopoly. Dude. Do not piss me off. £175 and $200 basically. And there's a guess who. Custom guess who. You have RH. Dude. We have Alex. We have Mango. Lockdownopoly.
That's what they've got here. Every roll you go to jail.
I mean, you're in jail anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
And pass go is furlough. Keyword. It's your birthday. Receive $10 video message from every player. Instead of receive, it's your birthday. Receive a $10 video message from every player. Like that's what one of the chance cards are.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah, dude. So custom money as well, dude. We can have Hedron as the money. Custom pieces.
Yeah. You can get really expensive, bro. It can get really expensive to customize a whole game because you have so many options, man. Like I said, you can have platinum pieces, 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, 24 karat gold plated. You can have diamond encrusted, all sorts of shit, man. Gold inlay on your board. Like I've seen some crazy shit. Like I know that there's probably more places to get them customized than the place that you're currently looking at right now. You can go real deep into it and have like $100,000 fucking game of fucking Monopoly, dude.
No way. So here's my one so far.
They use real money.
$265. Check it out. It's $265. So that's like I guess $320 or something. £265. It's like $320, and I'm all in, right? So custom money. The face on the middle of the money is going to be Alex. Custom pieces. So I can have like, I don't know, a Hedron logo. I don't know what I'm going to have. I haven't thought of it. But then it's like, what's in the box, blah, blah, blah. What can I customize? The entire board, all properties and cards, the four corners. So go could be like steak and free parking could be like, you know, AMR bonus or whatever, right? Utilities, taxes, the box. The money, the base. Yeah, dude, this is crazy. But yeah, I'm not gonna buy a gold one, bro. I haven't got that much money.
I'm just saying that I've seen it, like where they have like.
Oh, I can customize the name, dude. It can be called Hedronopoly.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Fully customized, 100% fully customized to the point that you don't even remember what is the shit that you actually did. You don't even know where free parking is anymore because you fucked that up. You don't even know where.
I know, right? We're like, how do we play again? Shout out that suggestion. That's the best, bro. How long do you think it takes to come? Gotta be a couple weeks. I mean, not really. It's just a printer.
Oh, you're talking about the game. I was gonna say sometimes about 5 minutes, but you know, I guess it depends on how you're really trying to get shit done. Are you there for fun, or are you just there to get aggression out? I need to go. I should have went to bed already, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself with this gross, disgusting talk that you're trying to coax me into.
All right, bro. Good night, man.
You guys have a good night. It's good talking to you guys. I'll see you later.
Good night, man.
See you, Executioner.